So I'm going to make a bold statement. Your desire is God's desire. What are your thoughts about this statement? Your desire is God's desire. That's a statement that maybe some of you have not heard of before, or it may sound ludicrous to you, right? So let me try to convince you. Let me try to convince you that your desire is God's desire. Because I'm sure you're thinking that I know some people that have some desires that do not look like anything that God could ever want. So I'm going to try to convince you that your desire is God's desire. So we're going to start again at the source. And the source, as we talked about earlier, is God. And God is everywhere equally present, and that includes within you. We are all divine beings. We are made in the image and likeness of God, and that divinity resides in each and every one of us. And along with that divinity that we carry comes all the aspects of God. Not to the same degree as infinite, but we still have the same powers and abilities. And this is something that was demonstrated by our way shower, Jesus the Christ. Many signs, miracles, and wonders are recorded in the Bible, where Jesus was able to show us how tapping into the divinity and aligning with that divinity could result into many demonstrations of the God within. So every desire that we have is that divinity within us that is seeking expression. There's a divinity within us that is seeking to be expressed. And we are so powerful that we are the only things that can get in the way of our divinity expressing itself. I can't get in the way of you expressing your divinity. You can't get in the way of me expressing my divinity, but I can definitely stop my divinity from happening. So, if a desire is divinity seeking to express within us, then every desire is a God desire. So I'm going to say that again. If desire is truly the divinity within us seeking expression, then every desire is a God desire. H. Emily Cady states in her book, Lessons in Truth, that desire is God tapping on the door of your consciousness with His infinite supply. So what you desire is already yours because it comes from the divinity within you. It's knocking at the door. It's God tapping at the door of your consciousness. That divinity is God itself. So desires are simply God's way of reminding you that there is infinite supply at your command, and that anything that you want is yours if you truly want it. God wants you to experience the fullness of who you are. So it silently and gently pushes more and more of itself into the center of your being. And without this push, you have never had the thought of any new desires that would push you closer and closer to your greatness. So, if all desires are God desires, why do some people's desires look so out of pocket? So, every desire starts as a divine calling, but how it expresses through the individual is determined by the consciousness or the soul of that individual.